Welcome back, beautiful soul, to the Art of Aging Backward podcast. Today, we are diving into a topic that is absolutely vital for every woman: the power of strength training. We will explore why building muscle is not just about fitness or appearance, but one of the most powerful tools we have to support our hormones, boost our energy, and enhance our quality of life, especially as we move through perimenopause and beyond. Here we are joined with our gorgeous guest, Ausra, a passionate personal trainer, a mom of three, and a woman who truly walks her talk. She'll share her personal journey, what strength training has done for her body, mind, and confidence, and why she believes it's the ultimate form of self-care for women in midlife. With her background as a pharmacist and over 11 years of community pharmacy, Ausra also brings a unique perspective on a real cost of not taking care of our bodies and what happens when we wait too long to prioritize our health. So, if you ever felt your energy dip, your metabolism slow down, or your body crave more strength and vitality, this conversation will really inspire you to take care of yourself and take your power back one muscle at a time. Welcome to the podcast, Ausra.
Oh, thanks so much. That was a very beautiful intro. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're so happy. We're so happy to have you here. And before we dive into this conversation, which I know it's going to be so good, I can feel it. I have a question, and this is my favorite question to ask every guest. What does the art of aging backwards means to you?
First of all, I actually really love the saying aging backwards, and it's so beautiful. For me, what it means personally, I guess it's not about feeling 25 or looking 25. It's about feeling great in your body as you age. So, having strength, feeling energetic, feeling confident. And for me, obviously, being able to keep up with my children. I have three and two teenagers in the house and a 5-year-old. So being able to, I'm training with my son in the gym, and my daughter, 5-year-old, always wants to be picked up. So being able to keep up with them, lift a child, play sports with them, having energy. And I guess the most important thing is having independence and freedom as you age. And I actually have a really beautiful example. Just a couple of days ago, I was walking out of a building where I live, and I kind of just ran down the stairs. And there was this couple, maybe in their 70s, at the bottom of the stairs, about to go up. And this woman just looked at me and she sighed and she just said, "I wish I could do this." And I, as I got in the car, I kind of looked at them through the mirror and I saw them going one step at a time, slowly up the stairs, holding to the railings. And that was such a beautiful reminder why I train, why I'm so passionate about helping women to fall in love with strength training, is to maintain your independence, to be able to do life stuff like carrying your groceries, getting up the stairs, pulling yourself out of a swimming pool, or just doing life stuff. So I'm sitting on a sofa, being able to push yourself up and get up. So yes, this backwards aging for me is not actually absence of process of aging, but presence of vitality and strength and independence.
Wow. Beautifully said.
Oh, yes. I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, it's true. It's just the mundane things that we do every day. Sometimes we might take that for granted and not realize how much energy or effort that does take. So thank you for bringing that back and reminding us all here today that not to take for granted the little things that we do in our daily life. So with that, Ausra, tell us your experience as a bodybuilder and what it has taught you about yourself as a woman.
So I wouldn't call myself bodybuilder. I have competed once, but the passion for strength training, I guess, started quite early. I I changed, I guess, and my mindset changed as I got older. So when I was in my early 20s as a student, I trained occasionally and did a bit of cardio, a bit of strength. But then I wasn't really overweight. I was maybe a little bit fuller than I wanted to be. And so kind of exercise was, for weight loss, for managing weight and staying in shape. And I think only after I had my first daughter, and she's just turned 16 this month. So many years ago, I kind of felt like something shifted, and maybe because of having a baby and feeling like I need strength to lift her, hold her, breastfeed her, and all of these things, like I need strength. So at that time, I kind of shifted and started thinking of strength training as a benefit for body to be stronger, not chase sort of looking skinny, being able to build strength, and really fell in love with that feeling of being stronger. And only I would say maybe 6 years ago, yes, when I entered a bikini competition, and I did train like really consistently. And it was very interesting because I only had 4 months to prepare, and I don't know, it was amazing. I actually won first place, but it was really good. Thank you. It was really good experience in sense of, discipline and what you can achieve in a short period of time. But also it kind of taught me how dangerous sometimes it can be, because when we see on social media fitness models or people who compete, and we see them at a competition ready stage, right? And I feel like that week before stage, I was on so little calories, I was working so hard, and the day before you don't drink water. So when we see that like really cut, very muscular sort of look, and some women really strive for that, and it's not sustainable, that look, it's not sustainable long term. It's actually harmful to kind of feel like you have to maintain that. So although, I felt really good, but I knew that after, obviously I'm not going to maintain this weight, and I gained a bit, and I'm like happy where I am now. And I'm like so much happier where I am now than I was in my 20s within my body. But so I got to see these sort of benefits of discipline, and I really enjoyed that, like discipline with nutrition, with my fitness, and that really got me on the right track for being consistent with myself and discipline. But also I realized how, certain things are unrealistic, and how important it is to set realistic goals for you. And, don't always compare, someone's 3,005th day with your second day of, the journey. So being kind of mindful of that as well.
Beautifully said. Thank you.
Wow.
And how has that experience, though, how has that changed the game for you, I guess, in your life with training generally?
Well, strength training just became a part of my lifestyle. And as I say, that sort of mindset, when you change from a strength training or generally fitness for the looks into fitness for life, then you think of, I want to be strong. I want to age healthy. I want to age mobile, to be able to move and do those life things. So quality of life. And that became, and also prevention. Again, background as a pharmacist, and I've seen what can happen if you don't take action. So avoiding that, preventing, and feeling good, that became a must. And strength training, it's absolutely the best thing women can do to live, happy, long life.
I still can't believe you had 4 months to compete, and wow, it's like
Won first place.
and won the first place.
It was a small competition, but still, I was very proud of myself.
Yeah, like the dedication and but like you said, like that was for the appearance, and like for the long run, this is not sustainable. And talking about that, because you had that experience, so you have like those two experience, like one which is very extreme, and now one which is like more balanced. Through that extreme, you learn, to actually like find the right balance, for you and as well for your clients. So how are you helping your client through what you've learned, for them to actually not make the same kind of mistake, that you see online, or the mistake that you may have done, at the beginning in your journey?
Yes. So when it comes to training my clients and coaching my clients, it's very much about understanding your body, because everyone's different, so we all work on everyone's goals, but comparison is really harmful. So, you know, not to compare yourself, and the only competition you can do is with yourself, trying to be better than you were yesterday, or, you know, tomorrow I'll be better than I am today. But my goal is really, first of all, because strength training has so many benefits for longevity, for metabolism, especially, that we'll talk a bit more about perimenopause and menopause, and the effect on the hormones and sugar levels in the body, and muscle strength and bone strength and sleep. I mean, endless. I'm not going to go in, but it's just so many benefits. So just being able to strength train, and again, I talk very much about I don't have to exercise, I get to exercise because, you know, my body allows me. So certain things that you think is just the way you talk to yourself, it's a big thing. So so helping women to fall in love with strength training by seeing what it does to your body, apart from helping you to lose weight and look fit. So seeing beyond that, and not to chase short-term goals, because very much, you know, someone comes, oh, I want to lose weight for a wedding, I want to look good on my holiday. So if you, obviously there is nothing wrong in wanting those things, but very often people want very quick fix, you know, some kind of diets, and if it's not sustainable long term, like whatever you lose, it's gonna come back, and the way the results not gonna stay with you. So I teach women to change certain like mindset and establish healthy habits for long-lasting results. So they don't need another trainer, they don't need another diet. They learn how to lose weight or gain muscle and maintain it. You know, how you can take care of yourself and understand your body and train your body, create those habits for life. So you stay lean and fit and strong for life.
I love that you said you get to exercise. It's like, it's so powerful, that reframing. Like it's really important, like where you I think this is like amazing, like what you just said, like I get to exercise. It's not like I should, is I get to.
I get to. Yes.
Yeah, and makes you actually want to do it as well, isn't
because
it?
I mean, so many people can't, you know, once they ill certain age, they no longer can, and you know, you can. So yes, it's just choices, but also the way we talk to ourselves.
And that mindset piece that you shared is beautiful, because I feel like, again, getting to do something, it's that form of gratitude. Like, I'm able to do this. I'm so grateful to. And then you do it with that mindset, and it's just beautiful what you can do. Even a workout in 5 minutes versus a workout in 10 minutes, having a different mindset, how it can affect.
But the thing, and the thing, like you said, Natalie, is because you are in that gratitude frequency, you know, like you get to, then your body actually will receive the medicine from doing the exercise itself, because this is not seen as a punishment. It's actually seen as like a nourishment.
Yes.
And we talked about, like in episode 2, you know, like and throughout like almost every episode, of like how, you know, like your body gets nourished, you know, your body, your mind, you know, it's through your perception, how you perceive everything, how you perceive your body, how you receive things. That's what nourish you, that's what builds, you know, like your will build your muscle, you know, that will help you to lose weight as well, as a byproduct, not like because of the thing that you do, but naturally you will, and you will age backwards, you know, naturally, as well as a byproduct, which are like the benefit of it. But is like is that framing, which is very, very important. And that's the thing that really we don't especially think about it, you know, or like we put at the forefront. But these are like the first piece, even before you do the exercise.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to like have that little like snippet of this, because I feel like it's really important to like really touch base on that. So Ausra, let's go back to like your career as a pharmacist. So tell us about like a little bit of like your career, you know, as a pharmacist in your community. And what have you seen through like your years of practice as a pharmacist in regards to like women's health and maintaining like their youth, their strength, and their vitality? Because I'm sure you've seen a lot of things.
Yes.
So walk us into it, what you've seen, you know, like in your 11 years of practice.
Yes. So the reason I really chose to study pharmacy, because I've always been kind of wanted rewarding profession. I loved working with people, and I, wanted to feel like I'm helping, and it took me a while to, and I did enjoy my profession. I did work in a pharmacy actually 11 years in UK, in London, and then when we moved to Spain, I worked in Gibraltar for nearly 3 years, and so through the years, what I realized, and I came to kind of maybe dislike a little bit the way the whole healthcare system works, and I no longer felt that sort of fulfillment, and I felt very restricted because I've always been very holistic myself, and interested in strength training and nutrition and generally in health. And so through the years working in a pharmacy, what I got to see that a lot of people, women as well as men, come to the pharmacy with chronic illness, which is preventable and reversible with lifestyle, diet, and exercise. But the healthcare system treats the symptoms. So, if you are unwell, you go to the doctor, you get prescription, you go to the pharmacy, and you're told you need to take this for life. And that kind of started frustrating me a little bit because, so many illnesses like high cholesterol, all the heart issues, and high blood pressure, and diabetes type 2. And there are so many illnesses that actually can be prevented, but people don't have enough maybe knowledge or guidance, support in that. There is no money in prevention, I guess. And so it's so many things, but I got to see that I could help people maybe to avoid becoming a long-term customer in the pharmacy, with health, with strength training, with fitness in general, and nutrition. And that for me is real medicine. It's kind of prevention. It's so powerful. And then you don't need to end up in a pharmacy taking 15 pills for different things. You can fix it, but then I felt like people made to believe that they have no power to do that. They need to go to the doctor and to the pharmacy. So that kind of made me more and more feel like I don't feel good here anymore. And this is why I actually left the pharmacy, and I became a personal trainer, because I was like, I want to be in this place and helping people to take, and women especially, like myself, moms, being able to take control in your hands and to prevent, illness, to prevent this sort of sick aging. And it became normal, right? We think of elderly person being on a couple of medication, having a walking stick, feeling weak. It's kind of accepted as normal. And I feel like I actually heard this saying, I don't know who said it, but someone said, I want to die young of old age. And I think this is so beautiful. That's how we're supposed to die from old age, not from cancer and diabetes and heart disease, right? But the choices we make in life will shape how we're going to age. And we can't avoid aging, but what we can avoid is becoming weak and ill with our choices. So this is why me leaving pharmacy and getting into fitness and helping people with nutrition and fitness, to avoid that and to actually age not necessary, with illness. And that's for me, like, I love it. I love where I am now.
I love that quote. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember, honestly. I just had one of the talk shows, I think someone said, and I was like, wow. Yeah, I was saying, wow, I just love it.
Yeah. And with that, I think that's a beautiful segue into telling us or sharing with us what the benefits of strength training are and what their effects of strength training are on our hormones, our energy levels, and our quality of life.
Yeah. So strength training is literally that what it is. It's building strength and building muscle. And very often when women come to me, they're like, I don't want to build muscle. I just want to look toned. And I'm like, okay, looking toned is having muscle and less body fat. So that sort of, I just want to look toned. Yes, you want to build muscle. Building muscle, it's absolutely a must for all the women. Honestly, as young as 35, we start losing muscle mass. And even if you don't want to build big muscles, but what you want to do is maintain muscles. Because when you think of elderly people, how fragile they are, they fall, they break hips, and how that happens? Because they don't have good balance, because they have weak muscles. And so being able to catch yourself not to fall down or to prevent falls, and if you fall, prevent breaking bones, it's doing strength training to build muscles. So strength training does exactly that, makes you stronger. Obviously, it's fantastic to combine it with mobility. So we do need some mobility, flexibility. So we are more balanced. We prevent injuries. We slow down or prevent osteoporosis, because obviously we protect our bones. With building muscles, you have much better metabolism. So the way we utilize glucose from food when we eat. With muscle, it's just so much easier to prevent glucose storage as a fat. So it's just better metabolism, and we have better sleep. Regulate cortisol. So again, if we go into hormones, obviously with age, the perimenopause, we have fluctuation or lowering of estrogen and progesterone because it naturally decreases. So again, strength training helps our body to work better with what we have left. Yes, and cortisol level obviously reducing helps to sleep better mood, to regulate our insulin. So insulin sensitivity is very important for us as well. Strength training helps with that, and boosting testosterone. So again, feeling more energy, stronger, better sex drive. So all of these things, we don't need much testosterone, but the best way to boost it is actually strength training. So it just has so many benefits.
And to feel turned on by life, to feel juicy.
Yes.
Juicy as
Yes.
well.
Yes, absolutely. You know, when women come to me and they say, I don't train because I have no energy. And I say, you don't have energy because you don't train. So, you know, producing that energy in your body. So even if you're absolutely tired, you go to the gym or you train at home, you always feel better after, you know, no matter how tired you are. So yes, it's
a catch 22. It's like, I don't have energy, but to gain energy, you need to take actions.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is definitely making me want to work out after our call today.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Straight to the gym.
I have my gym at home.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sandra does have an amazing gym at home. So tell us about how the busy midlife woman or high achiever could still make time for strength training to support them through life.
Okay, so this is one of the things of the most common excuse that women come up, obviously, and it's not excuse, we are very busy, right? So I know I've got 3 children, I've got my business, I'm a busy mom. When you understand what it does for you, you find the time for the things that are important, yes? And strength training, looking after yourself, it should be your priority. So I always tell moms, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's going to benefit your children and your husband. You're going to be just better mom, better wife, better person in general when you take care of yourself first. It's, you know, let's say when you fly somewhere and stewardess will tell you, put your oxygen mask first and then take care of your family. This is the same, you know, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So you have to take care of yourself. Then you can take care of everyone else. And the time, if you don't have an hour, train for half an hour. You don't have half an hour, train 15 minutes. And it's amazing for so many women to hear when I say that 15 minutes consistently 3 times per week, it's enough. It's when we set up these big goals that I have to go to the gym 5 times a day, I have to, it's not achievable. And when you fail and then you feel, oh, I've tried it, it doesn't work for me. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like crazy big goals. It's small things. And as I say, 15 minutes, 3 times per week, it's enough as long as you do it consistently. And it's making time, how same like I tell all my clients, it's your appointment with you. So you don't skip dental appointment. You don't skip appointment that you made for your children with I don't know, some activity. You just go there. So you put it in your calendar. It's your appointment with you and you show up. And and you just stay consistent. And it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be hours at the gym. You just have to be consistent with these small steps.
I love that. Ausra, you're saying all the quotes in this session. I'm like, it's your appointment with you, Natalie.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like it's such a beautiful reminder. Your appointment with you is like, yeah, I think I have to write all of your quotes. It's like daily reminder as a post-it, like when you feel a bit like blah, blah, like, okay, Ausra said that. Cool. Okay. This is my appointment with me. And 15 minutes, like everyone has 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
And it's like checking with ourselves, like how you spend your time. We all have 24 hours. Like, doesn't matter, like you are a busy mom or free, you are an entrepreneur, you have your own, like you're not working for someone, you're working for yourself. So, you have more responsibility in that sense. But 15 minutes is like, it's nothing. It's like, how much time do you spend on your phone, scrolling on your phone every day? You can take 15 minutes from that. And if it's like not, for example, on the morning, it can be like on your lunch break. And you can have like your resistant band, with you, and just like, at your desk, or you have your standing desk, and you just like, do a little bit of exercise. It's like, some minutes are better than no minutes.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And that's why I always remind myself, like, some minutes are better than no minutes. And like you said, it doesn't have to be like an hour, like we have had that picture in our head, like it has to be an hour and a half in the gym, but like for me, like doing 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, 3 times a week, and make it like with controlled movement has made a massive difference in my body.
Yes.
Like a lot. So yeah, I just love everything that you shared. And I think we just need to write all of those quotes, so everyone can remember, and put it on a post-it. And when you feel, like to not do it, like, remember, there you go. That's the appointments with you. That's a non-negotiable. Amazing. So still talking about like strength training. I love everything that we talk about. And so talking about like women in perimenopause, because obviously that's, the woman we're talking to here. How can women, like alleviate or reduce their perimenopause symptoms, that they are currently dealing with, that actually will help nourish their female physiology rather than deplete them with strength training? Because women may feel like, oh, I cannot work out because of certain symptoms. How can how can strength training, or like what type of exercise will really help them to bypass this?
So yes, so I mean, in generally, strength training, because it affects our hormones and it helps us, our body to work with us, not against us, right? So strength training will help with the hormones, but having certain symptoms, and obviously everyone's different, but in generally, women that are approaching menopause or in perimenopause, they're not going to train same as someone in their 20s. Yes. So, and again, I personally prefer what they call mindful training. And I don't like very intense. And again, intensive cardio exercises can be actually quite negative for women in their 40s, and therefore, steady cardio, yes, it's great, especially if you have some weight to lose or you want, to burn some body fat and build muscle at the same time. But that slow, controlled movement, and again, if you are a beginner, you start with your body weight, then you add up maybe some resistant bands, light weights, and slow controlled movement. So again, connecting your mind to the muscle you're working, right? Being mindful, not scrolling whilst you're doing leg extensions on a gym, on a machine, right? But really being present, connecting, feeling the muscle working, slow controlled moves, and again, the what kind of exercises and repetitions, that's very much comes down to the personal goals. But being very mindful and doing that. More strength training, less intense cardio, and avoiding intense, maybe do slow, steady cardio, and really listening to your body. So again, you probably know with the cycle of the woman as well. One week you're going to feel really strong, the other week. So again, you have to listen to your body, and sometimes you drop the weights, but in generally building strength over time. So again, starting with body weight and then bands and then weights and then building. So again, increasing repetitions, increasing weights, so progressive overload, but being very mindful. And for me, slow movements and controlled over the intense sort of boot camp CrossFit thing, where you go really intensely, because that obviously affects our cortisol levels and not necessarily the best for women in perimenopause.
That's so true, because obviously, like, women in perimenopause, like the cortisol, it's like, because we do not produce as much progesterone, which is like the buffer for
Yes.
the cortisol, then the cortisol like can spike really like high, and obviously that can create havoc, like or like those perimenopause symptoms that you may feel, like weight gain, and obviously making like your progesterone even like go lower than it is, because cortisol and progesterone are made from like the same precursor hormone, and obviously it will affect your estrogen as well, which actually, like, your estrogen you still have if you moved through life like reasonably, and don't and have not depleted yourself like too much, you still should have 40 to 50% of like your estrogen. So it's not completely like disappeared, but like you said, like personal like strength training support you to actually like keep those reserved of estrogen at a good level. That means like more like youthful skin, feeling juicy, less dry, like internally, your organs, like your libido, like your intimate part, feeling more moist as well. So like all of those things are really important, to take in consideration. And that's what I remind myself and remind my clients all of the time. It's not like exercising is actually like bringing so much like life to your body, but it's how to use it, as a medicine, rather than actually like abusing it, as like you said, for appearance, for like high achievement, and like doing those crazy like HIIT workouts, like boot camps that actually like dry you out, and deplete more and more your reserve, than actually like adding more, into your energy bank accounts that you will need, when you are in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and to be well.
Absolutely, I so agree with that. And this is kind of because you can go to extreme with the diet and nutrition, right? So lack of it, it's not good, but too much or too extreme also not good. So, but my approach and my kind of belief is nutrition and fitness should build you up, not break you down. Yeah. So if you're feeling exhausted, drained, and overworked, and not giving your body rest and recover and build, it's too much. So being able to build your strength, but not to break your body down.
Yeah, so true, so true.
And thank you for that reminder, because the busy woman, the woman in midlife, we're typically trying to do all of the things for everyone and for ourselves. And when we're in that mode of doing, it's very easy to slip into overdoing when we're working. So tell us, what are three tips you would say, or steps that you could give our listeners today to help them build strength, vitality, and sovereignty through strength training?
Okay, so 3 tips. I think, first of all, especially for those who haven't done it for a while or haven't done it at all, it's starting small but staying consistent. So having those very achievable goals, even if they seem too small at the time, get to that goal, stay consistent, and then you're gonna build it up. So don't try to be perfect. Just progress over perfection. Yes. So small steps and stay consistent. If we talk about nutrition, I think for most women, I would say prioritize nourishing your body. So protein and nutrients. So again, focusing on whole foods, getting enough protein. And then if weight gain is an issue, staying in very slight calorie deficit. Again, so just doing these simple things without, trying to drastic restrictions. So eating enough protein, prioritize whole foods, and stay in a slight deficit. This would be sort of a tip for nutrition. And I think my last one would be train for life, not for looks, because that's gonna drive you to train for life. Yeah. So try to train for vitality, for strength, for living quality life until you die, rather than just kind of trying to train for looking good.
So
another one to add.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Write down after the episode all the quotes from Ausra. Thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh, this whole episode has been beautiful. Thank you for joining us, and tell us where our community can find you. And we'll have all of these linked below in our show notes for everyone.
So I'll share my links with you. On Instagram, I have the page called Fit with Ausra, and same on Facebook. So these are kind of 2 platforms, main ones that I use, and you can find me there.
Thank you.
That's amazing. And just a side note that I wanted to give everyone, because I just wanted to do a little test, like as a health practitioner, I have my clients, who actually, like haven't been exercising for a while, and even myself sometimes. And yesterday I went into like looking, okay, like how do women, search, exercise when they are in perimenopause. So I did my little research, like on YouTube, like strength training, for women, in their 40s. And I couldn't believe what I've seen on on YouTube and on social media, especially like for perimenopause women and menopause. And that was like a lot of like videos about 20 years old, telling me what to do, exercise, what to do. But I know like they were actually not proper exercise that actually are made for female physiology, and especially for women in midlife. They were just like targeting for menopause or perimenopause, but they weren't the right exercise that could actually be harmful for women in midlife. And I was thinking about like the episode, like our conversation over here, and I was like, oh my gosh, there is so much little, research about it, and there is so much things, misinformation out there that actually our clients or our audience will not know, but actually can be really harmful for them. And I just wanted really to expand on that, like with you, Ausra, like what do you see, like how do you feel, when you see like all of those things, online,
Yes.
about about like the crazy trend because it's a trendy thing now.
It is,
apparently.
yes. But I think in generally, when it comes to fitness industry, a lot of research that has been done, and a lot of exercise is aimed at young men. So it's all been kind of researched and created for young men. And there, I think I'm seeing actually more and more coaches for women, and there is more attention to women's body and physiology and women in certain stages like perimenopause and menopause. So I'm glad to see there is much more information coming out and right information for women, and a lot of I guess researchers and doctors who specialize in women's health and fitness. But there is a lot of misinformation out there. There's so much, overload information. So you have to be really careful where you go and who you trust. But I'm glad to see that it's changing. But because I think in the past, the whole fitness industry was very much aimed at young men, not women at certain ages. Yes.
Yeah, it's like slowly like expanding, but like you said, is really like being mindful of like what you're watching and doing your own research before diving into it, and if it's actually like supporting like your physiology, because obviously everyone it's unique, has its own unique like body constitution, so really being mindful, not comparison, that you said, not comparing yourself with someone, who's like at 3,500, steps before you, so it's really, really important. And with that, I just want to share as well, like that you are part of like our community, the Art of Aging Backward community, and Ausra, for every listeners, and for anyone who actually joined the community, it's actually like will give like a little tester of exercise that actually a woman can implement to kickstart their journey to nourishing their body, and where they nourishing their body and to feel, more alive, more energized, and more, like youthful, as a byproduct. And I'm really excited, for everyone, to try, and just like kickstart again, like their health journey, with a different mindset, like I get to exercise, I get to nourish my body, I get to take care of my precious, like body. And I think it's just so beautiful. So thank you, Ausra, for actually offering that, to like the community, and for anyone, who would like to access, this tester class and extra trainings, extra tips, from Ausra, join us, like in the community, because this is where everything happens, and the fun begins.
Thank you again, Ausra, for being here with us. We love having you so much. All of your quotes, all of your amazing tips. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's been
really
amazing.
happy to be here. So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're ready to defy the rules, embody your radiance, and become more alive with every year, hit follow, like, leave us a review, and subscribe to the Art of Aging Backwards wherever you listen to the podcasts. Join us inside the Art of Aging Backwards community, where the magic unfolds and transformation happens in real time. Because aging backwards isn't a fantasy, it's your birthright. And we're here to show you how. See you next week for the Wild Voice Activation, all about how to activate your voice for healing. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.